Thank you, Mithun, for dropping by, and it's great to have you here.
Same here.
I mean, while we know that what have you been up to, can you just share for the audience that what have you been up to? Why did you choose to build this, and what is the problem that you're solving?
See, Anabio is a material science company basically solving difficult material science problems and build products as output, right? So the first product that we're launching is a flushable technology platform, and the product would be a flushable sanitary pad for women. Just to give you a context, about 400 billion pieces of pads and diapers are used every year. Every one of them is going to outlive us by 500 years.
Oh,
Every one of them. That's a big problem. And there's no good way to get rid of them. There's just no good way to get rid of them. And it's not that women who use them or parents who use those diapers don't want to dispose them responsibly. This is no option until now. And we have the tech and we're ready to launch.
perfect. So how I like to, as we also discuss, how I like to position this is that you're not a material science company. You're a company which is at the crossroads of material science, life sciences, consumer goods. So what is the thread that connects all of these together?
So this is my fourth venture. My previous one was a life sciences company. So I'm among, I think, the select few in the world. I don't know who else is there, but who's at the confluence of material sciences and life sciences and high throughput engineering, manufacturing. So the logic is we want to make diagnostics, for example, as phase two for us, affordable and par for the course. So think of a pad with a diagnostic chip in it or a diaper with a diagnostic chip in it, giving you real-time data. That's where you see Anabio in another 5-10 years. So that's the layering of different pieces of different sciences to put together.
That's wonderful. And I mean, you have spent a lot of time outside India building, and as an operator and as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What was the conscious choice that brought you back to India where you decided to build this out of India? And what was that decision like? And what is that surprised you most about the Indian deep tech ecosystem?
So first and foremost, India was not the first choice. We actually did start out in the US, where I was based for a very long time. But one thing was very clear is you need to be where your customer is or are, right? And for us, for this particular problem statement that we were looking at, India was a huge market, is a huge market, and
Because of the sheer population?
of the sheer population and the social stigma, issue with dignity, and all of those issues, we felt this is the right place to start off. And also from a risk mitigation perspective, I think there's a lot more leeway you get in launching products and improving over time. In the US, it's not as forgiving. There's a lot of pluses for the US, but there are a lot of minuses as well. But India, I think, is a lot more forgiving, where you have the liberty to experiment quite well. But that said, um, to survive in India, you need tenacity and grit. I mean, that because at least in material sciences, deep tech, uh, we don't follow, unfortunately, the 18-month SaaS cycle, right? It is 7-8 year grind, and it does take time. So the infrastructure or the ecosystem is still slowly changing, but it's not there yet. So 8 years is par for the course in what we do, but for at least the investment ecosystem, it's not par for the course yet.
Exactly, exactly. And that just brings me to the second part of the question. Uh, what is it that has surprised you the most about the Indian deep tech ecosystem? Because as probably our audience would also love to hear is your experience with BioTech. How has the ecosystem supported you over the past, let's say, few years that you have been at it?
So what surprised me the most, and I have been one of those people who says, the private industry is the best way, and where meritocracy takes precedence, is and stay away from the government. But we've been surprised by the support we've gotten for BioTech, for example, or the government of Karnataka. They genuinely want to make a dent, and they have invested capital and time and resources for the long run. So I think if there's a silver lining, I think the government has done its part. Maybe a quantum may not be the right one, but I think the intent is there, and so that's why I think it's India's decade, or the next couple of decades, is going to be
That
fine.
just brings me to the other side of the coin, which is what, in your opinion, should the ecosystem evolve into to make it the next decade of deep tech in India?
See, we do lack infra, but we have two very big pluses. We have a lot of raw talent, eager to learn, right? But we also have a lot of experienced talent across the world that's like myself, willing to come back and uh, try to give back. So a combination of that is dynamite. I mean, and that is what will propel us leaps and fold. That's what we should be looking at.
Was that also a reason that you had to set up the lab on your own? Had there been that kind of infrastructure, would that have saved some time for you?
Oh, would have shaved off a few years. Absolutely. So we do all of our development in Europe. So we are in Europe, Germany, UK, uh, Italy almost every other month because we don't have that here. But these things take time. You have to be pragmatic. You can't be frustrated saying it's not available here. You got to understand these things will take time. So I'm not uh, that negative about that, but I think the positive is we have enough talent. I mean, in fact, a little bit of capital will change the game.
Perfect. And thank you so much for coming down, and all the best as you continue to build.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.